Hello everyone, it's Michelle Reid here from Merthyr Valleys Homes. I hope that you and your families are all keeping safe and well. I don't think any of us could really have anticipated what the past 3 months would bring, but I wanted to give you a quick update about our plans going forward now that we're beginning to come out of lockdown. Firstly, I know that some of you and some of our staff have had bereavements over the last 3 months, and I really want to give our deepest sympathies to anybody going through that. We hope you're okay, and our thoughts are with you. We also have a number of key workers who are our tenants, and to those people, the people who've really looked after us all and kept the wheels turning and just done some incredible things over the last 3 months. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us and for our communities. I think the community spirit in Merthyr has just been absolutely amazing. I think the way that people, volunteers, communities have just really come together, whether that's to make hot meals for folks, to deliver food parcels, to make sure people are getting their prescriptions, to a whole range of other things. There's so many volunteers who've helped really look after one another, and I think the spirit of Merthyr has just been unbelievable over the last 3 months. So thanks to everybody who's been taking part in those activities. We at Merthyr Valleys Homes have had a very busy 3 months, even though the office has been closed. The organisation's certainly still been open. I think over the last 3 months we've talked to over 3,000 tenants as part of our wellbeing calls. If anybody would like a call from us, just please get in touch, and we'll be really, really happy to talk to folks. We just want to make sure people were okay, really. We've talked to hundreds of people around financial difficulties, and our income support folks are really, really happy to continue talking and supporting people with any kind of financial worries that you have. Please just get in touch with us. We've been providing wellbeing support to our older members of the community in partnership with other organisations too, and delivering wellbeing packs and just making sure that nobody's lonely or isolated, particularly those people who've been shielding. Our community safety teams have been still working throughout the last 3 months. We've also been supporting people who are experiencing domestic violence. We know that home isn't a safe place for everyone. And if anybody is going through that kind of experience, do just please get in touch with us, and we will try to help. We've also still been carrying out compliance visits, so we've still been servicing gas boilers. We've been doing asbestos work and some electrical work and all of those kinds of things. It's really important that we can still get into service boilers. I know that some people won't want this in their homes, but we do have safety protocols in place, and we would like to keeping you safe. So please, if you get a gas appointment, it would be fantastic if you could let us in just to do that, and I'll talk a bit more about that later. We're slowly bringing our grounds maintenance work back online. We're starting with the highest priority areas first, so any areas of health and safety or visibility, we're working on that, and we're working in partnership with our local authority colleagues around those issues as well. We've been getting our empty homes ready for that time that we can actually start to advertise and start to re-let homes. So our staff have been working wherever possible to get those new homes ready. We've also been housing people who are homeless. At the beginning of the pandemic, we've tried to look after people and make sure that we're working again in partnership with our local authority to just try and keep everybody safe. Obviously, many of you will know we've still been doing emergency repairs throughout these past 3 months, and any kind of health and safety issues, we've really been trying to work on those. You have been incredibly patient with us, and our tenants and staff have really worked in partnership over the last 3 months. So thank you for everything that you've been doing to help us keep going. We absolutely appreciate and value everything that everybody's been doing across the communities. It's fair to say the virus hasn't gone away, but lockdown is easing, so there's a number of things that we now can start to open up and put in place, but we need to do that in a very cautious, safe way, a safe way for you and a safe way for staff. Our office is still closed at the moment. Welsh Government advice is still that where people can work from home, they should work from home. So we are not intending to open the office for at least another 2 or 3 months, so that we can keep our staff and tenants safe. What we are going to be starting to do, though, is to open up some of our non-routine, non-emergency repairs, So we're going to be carrying on doing all our compliance stuff. We will be starting to let homes when we can, and in the next 2 to 3 weeks you'll start to see some of those new homes advertised, and we have a safe viewing and letting process worked out, which we will talk to people about as and when we can. We are going to start doing works in phases. So because we have to manage the health and safety of our staff as well, some of whom have been shielding, some of whom are obviously caring for relatives and children and homeschooling and all of those kinds of things. So it's quite a complex area, but we're trying to manage things slowly, cautiously, and making sure that we keep everyone safe. So from the 13th of July, we're going to be starting to open up our services around electrical routine works, around plumbing routine works, and bricklaying and external routine works. We'll start to open those up slowly. Now, obviously, we will have some catch up to do, so we're asking people just to please be patient with us a little bit longer while we get that COVID-19 catch up work done as well. Then gradually, week after week, we're going to be starting to introduce more services as we can. What we're hoping to bring in the next few weeks after we've brought in the plumbing and electrical and bricklaying work is we'll start then to be able to open up carpentry, plastering, decorating and all those kinds of things. Now, we will have some issues getting hold of materials, particularly unbelievably plasters in very short supply across the country really, but what we can do we will do over the next few weeks. In terms of those larger planned works like kitchen replacement, bathroom renewals, they're going to take us a little bit longer, but if we can safely do some of those renewals, we will, and we'll talk to people about that. And we just very much appreciate your patience with us on those programs. We really need to focus on the things that are stopping people, getting on with their day-to-day lives. So we'll have some priorities over the next few weeks, but we will get round to things as soon as we possibly can. I think that we're going to be asking you to carry on working in partnership with us so that we can safely carry out those routine repairs now. So when you call to report a repair, or if you've called to report a repair and we're arranging appointments with you now, you will still be asked a series of questions relating to whether or not you're experiencing any symptoms, and the makeup of your family, etc., just to make sure that we can keep you safe. Just in case you've got your shielding or your key worker or a whole range of other things that we just need to take into consideration. Obviously, when our colleagues arrive to do repairs, we'll knock at the door and then we'll stand back from the door while you answer, and then we'll just run through a series of questions again with you, just to make sure that you're happy for us to come into your home and that we feel that we can safely carry out the repair. We might be offering new times and appointments over the next few weeks because some of our staff have got issues that they need to kind of work around, like childcare, homeschooling, looking after elderly relatives, etc. All the kinds of things that everybody's facing. What we might do is be working a little bit more flexibly. So you might be offered an evening appointment. You might be offered a weekend appointment depending on the staff that we have available to carry out work. Obviously, there'll be social distancing, physical distancing at all times. So we will be asking you to, at all times, if you can maintain that 2 metre distance, and our colleagues, they will be maintaining that 2 metre distance. If it's a lovely sunny day and if you've got a garden, it would be, great if you could just kind of, sit in the garden while we're doing your repair, or sit in another room, just so that we can make sure we're keeping you safe and keeping our staff members safe as well. What we would ask is if it's a sunny day, if it's a warm day, if you can keep all the windows open just to keep the space as ventilated as possible, because the scientific evidence suggests that well ventilated rooms are a better, safer environment for everyone to work in. Our team will all be wearing gloves. They will wear masks at your request, and you would also benefit from if you could clean the area that we're going to work on. Then when we clean the area when we finished up, it's more effective in terms of virus control. So we'd ask you just to clean the area. Once we've done the work, we will clean and disinfect anything that we've touched. We'll touch as little as possible, just to make sure that we keep you safe. I think the other thing to just think about as well is that we have had quite a lot of calls over the last few weeks and months, particularly when the hot weather was with us. Where's that gone? Around kind of bin collection, around and unfortunately around pest control as well. There was quite a lot of issues with rats in the area, which, bin control and rat control obviously tend to go hand in hand. We have been working with our local authority partners all the way through this. What we would say is if you could help us with making sure that all rubbish is really sorted and segregated into recycling categories, so make sure you're separating out all your waste, and kind of cutting down as much non-recyclable waste as possible that you're putting in your bins, particularly if you're in flats or schemes. It would be amazing if you could help us by really making sure that the rubbish is sorted. Our local authority partners are saying that sometimes when they come to collect the rubbish, they can't get their vehicles close enough, because obviously more people are staying at home. Sometimes cars are parked in the way of some of the bin stores, etc. So they can't quite get close enough. So if you could just be aware of that on bin collection days, and make sure your cars aren't blocking any of the bin store areas. Our local authority colleagues are working to maximum capacity. Sometimes they can't collect enough of the bins on one day. They will come back the next day to clear everything that they can, but they are finding that there's a lot of mixed waste, so a lot of recycling products in with ordinary waste. So please, if you can, do everything you can to kind of sort your waste beforehand, and then we can keep the bin areas as clean as we can. And obviously that's going to keep some of the pest control issues in control as well there. So the local authority haven't been able to carry out their usual pest control services throughout the last 3 months because they've been so inundated with a whole raft of other things. And let's not forget that we had floods in February and March as well, and there's still a lot of catch-up work that the local authority had to do around that as well. So, but they are now reinstating those services, so hopefully working together we'll see an improvement on that for everyone. So I think that covers a lot of the services that we're trying to kind of slowly open up in a very cautious way. Hope you'll appreciate and understand that approach from us. We still sadly have quite a few new cases in Merthyr of COVID-19, and obviously we just have to be really careful about that and make sure that we're all supporting each other to stay safe. I think that's mainly it from us. We will communicate in as many different ways as we can. Please just give us a call if you've got any queries. But from me and everyone at Merthyr Valley's Homes, from our staff and our tenants, just hope that you're all safe and well, and one day we'll be more we'll be able to see each other more and not over a video screen. So thanks very much for your patience, folks, and stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.